Well, good day dear chess lovers, Soren here, and in this video want to share with you another aggressive attacking game which was played by Soviet chess master Georgy Bastrikov. As you know, there is a line in Sicilian defense which is called after Bastrikov, and by the way, the famous bishop takes f7 sacrifice which Fischer made against Reshevsky, that move was first made by Bastrikov. Actually, Fischer learned that trick from Bastrikov's game. In near future I want to make a video and reveal the whole truth which you need to know about the so-called Fischer trap, but meanwhile, in our game Bastrikov's opponent is Soviet chess player Anatoly Lutikov, who would become grandmaster in 1974, but this game was played in 1958 in Sochi. Before starting our game, first make sure that you are subscribed in order not to miss my future uploads. And now, without further ado, let's get started with our game. So in this game, Bastrikov had white pieces and he opened up with e4. Lutikov responded with e5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3. White is inviting black to go for 4 knights gambit. Black kept the game in 3 knights variation, responding with d6, h3. Well, it's not like that with h3. White is preventing bishop g4. You can even play bishop c4. And of course, this bishop g4 is not good because this can step into good old Legal's mate. And then the knight is jumping on d5, announcing a checkmate. But anyways, in some cases, this h3 can be useful, preventing bishop g4, and also this can support the advance of the g-pawn. g6 by Lutikov, d4, he takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop g7, bishop e3, knight f6, queen d2, black castled king side, white castled queen side. So we have opposite side castlings where the players are usually launching a pawn storm on each other's king. Rook e8, already we have a hanging pawn on e4, f3 and a6. At the time of this game, this was a novelty. Before this, knight takes d4 had been seen. Again, in that game, Bastrikov had white pieces and he was playing against Yefim Geller. But in our game we have a6. Looks like that black immediately wants to go for a pawn storm on the queen side, but after white's g4 we have a strange looking bishop e6 move. Well, instead of playing bishop e6, it was better to capture on d4 and then go for b5. But in our game we have bishop e6, and the problem with this move is that after knight takes e6, black is facing a tough choice. How is black going to recapture? Rook takes e6 will allow white to put his bishop later on c4 with a tempo, and actually the rook on e6 is somewhat misplaced. In our game f takes e6 was played, but this is weakening the king side too much. f4. Already the rook's path is blocked and f4 is on the board. Queen e7, queen g2, rook d8, bishop d2, queen f7, h4. While black is maneuvering with his heavy artillery, white is proceeding with the attack. b5. Finally, black is moving his b pawn, but white is faster. h5, b4, knight b1, e5. Black is opening up the queen's diagonal. This is not a lethal threat. Already h takes g6 is on the board and white is enjoying a huge advantage. Black played queen takes a2, a tricky move. Queen takes g6 could have allowed black to hold longer, but in our game we have queen takes a2 and f5. d5. Black wants to open up the position, somehow proceed with the attack, but white is faster. This time we have g5. White is kicking away the defender, and after knight takes e4 we have rook takes h7. White rook is penetrating the 7th rank. Knight c3. In return, black is looking for a counterplay, but there is no way out. Bishop takes c3. Although white could even play b takes c3, but Bastrikov decided not to give his opponent a chance for a counterplay and made the simple bishop takes c3 move. B takes c3, knight takes c3, queen a1 check, knight b1, and this time we have e4. Black is opening up the dark squared bishop's diagonal, but white is instantly neutralizing that bishop with f6. Although I have to tell you that rook takes g7 is also playable, and this is actually allowing white to mate faster. And then queen h2, a very important move. It's important to keep the eye both on c7 and also on h7. Now if rook h8, then white can capture on c7 and checkmate will follow quickly. But in our game after e4, we have a simple f6 move, blocking the long diagonal, and black can't do anything. Your bishop is hanging, at some point f7 can be a threat. Black decided to make a desperate rook e7 move with the idea of if f takes e7, then queen takes b2 can follow and black can fight back. But after rook e7, we have a cold-hearted queen h3 move. In this case, the queen is useful on h3, from where it can jump on e6. Rook b8 and rook takes g7 is on the board. Beautiful sacrifice which is blowing apart black's position. Queen e6 check, king f8, and after f takes g7 check we have a resignation. So we have a very beautiful position with tripled pawns on the g file, and white is forcing a resignation because checkmate will follow in two moves. If king takes g7, then queen f7 check followed by queen h7 checkmate. That's why in our game after f takes g7 we have a resignation. Well, this is it, dear chess lovers. Black's defense was poor, attack was slow, and in return white showed no mercy and quickly finished up black. In the end, a chess puzzle for you, a very simple but an elegant one, where the task is to find mate in 2. It's white to move, and I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you, feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.